Yeah. So, let's see. Throw my garbage away here. So, what we got going on here? Anyway, yeah. So, this is an interesting subject so, I have some experience with witches now. And so I can tell you some things that I can speak on some things that people may not know about witches. One thing about witches, from my experience, is they are very politically charged. Politics is a main component of the whole witch thing, and that they are not conservative or like they're not on the right of politics. They're they're on the left of politics. Like they want if that makes sense. So oh, what did we do? What happened? How do I turn it back around? Oh, I see. Okay. So yeah, no. And I think this is something that many people don't understand about witches. People think witches are not political, and that's part of the deception of witches. And I know this sounds like crazy or whatever, and that I'm just kind of being over opinionated and this and that. And I'm telling you, based off of my experience, witches are very political. Witches do not like Trump, dude. This is like a fact. They're like very against Trump for whatever reason. You could speculate that on your own. If I were to go into it, I would be speculating, though I'm sure I could hit on some key points on this. But sorry, I'm having some trouble here. What's going on with my camera guy? Oh, let's see. Here we go. So anyway, no, see, but this is something I think a lot of people, well, because a lot of people just don't really understand witches anyway, witches, I get it, man. I mean, the only reason I would have any is because of my experience that I've had with them. Based off my experience, I can say with confidence that they are political. They're very political. And they hate Trump, dude. They are fucking super anti-Trump. Witches will typically won't speak openly about it, though there are some that do. I've seen some that do. See, the witches that will talk about politics, they hide that they're they don't come out of the closet as witches, but you can tell by looking at them like they're fucking witches, right? But the ones that are like self-proclaimed, that'll have the "I'm a witch" sticker on their truck and stuff, they're the self-proclaimed witches. They won't talk about politics because that's part of their secret, it's secret societies, witches, they got to have their little secrets and stuff to make them feel powerful. And one of these secrets that they keep to make themselves feel like they're powerful and they're doing something is that they hide that they're a liberal. They're total liberals, completely 100% liberals. All witches are fucking liberals. All now Wiccans, that's something else. And then a lot of people like Wiccans will mix the word witch and Wiccan. But witches that are real witches that are they're not, that are again, so you gotta go into, I guess when I'm talking about this, it's like you gotta go into the difference. So Wiccans, the principle of Wicca is do no harm and blessed be. The rule of three in Wicca is do no harm and blessed be. So Wiccans are about not doing harm, whereas a witch is all about doing harm to other people, putting curses on people, etc., etc., and making pacts with black magic and shit. That's what a witch is. A Wiccan is all about the rule of three, which is do no harm and blessed be. And so there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very strange. But no, that dude, like, witches fucking hate Trump, so they're super political. And the trick is that they'll always talk about how they're not. They'll claim that they don't vote, that voting is stupid. That's what witches are all about. Are all about that. Are all about, like, that voting is stupid. But they're very political. But they'll claim that they're not. And they'll talk about how no. But see, actions speak louder than words. So even though a witch will say they're not political, every action they make is totally liberal, full libtard. Their very life is dedicated to libtardery. That's all. It's all pure libtardism. That's all it is. But then, so in everything but name, they're a fucking politically, liberally charged. That's how they get so much of their perceived power, is the liberal life, living a liberal life. Kill babies. Everybody should have the right to just sacrifice babies to Moloch. That's the whole liberal thing, like kill babies. We should be able to kill babies, drink blood, no law, murder should be legal, Like, I can just go kill somebody right now for no reason, and it should be legal. Like, that's how witches are. Everything. So witches are politically liberal and liberally charged in every sense of the word, but in name. So in name, they're a self-proclaimed apolitical. They don't believe in politics. La 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 la. But in every other action. So in word, they're like against politics, but every action they take is all liberally charged. It's all politics. It's all politics. Dress liberally. Tattoo your face liberally. Kill babies liberally. Lie, steal, cheat, murder, everything else liberally. So yes, so to someone like me, someone who's experienced what I am trying to describe as my experience with witches, that happened to me, a Trump victory, Trump winning the presidency is a total victory for someone like me, because people like me know how much witches hate Trump, and that Trump got like 80% of the popular vote is even more of a victory, because see, these witches, they pay close attention to all of this. Because they hate Trump, and so they know that like 80% of the country voted for Trump, and so they know that they don't have the numbers. Whereas in 2020 through up till now, that has emboldened all these witches. That's why what happened to me, because they know that with a Biden and Harris, they can get away with much more. Like, they can just do whatever they want, and without suffering any any consequences at all, because Biden and nobody's gonna do nothing. They let them people burn down half the country and all this other shit. All this fiery but mostly peaceful protest stuff. They're all about witches are all about fires and fiery but mostly peaceful protests. That's what they want more. They want more fires, because witches love fires. They love all this stuff. and like no law, and just go and murder people, and and get away with this stuff, like so of course they're very, very politically charged. They want to live in a society where witches can just kill people and burn people's homes down and all this stuff. They love all that shit. But see, this is something that your average person wouldn't really know about witches. Is that witches are super politically charged, and they're far left. They're liberal radicals. They're all about abortion. They're not that I'm against necessarily per se abortion. I mean, that's a 3-hour long video to explain that. But like being able to abort a baby at 9 months, I mean, that's insanity. Who would be for that? Well, witches would. Not only would they be for it, they would be pushing like, we need more dead babies. And this is how stupid they are. Like, this is how they think. We need more dead babies. Like, it's so important. We have more dead babies. This is super important to witches. Like, your average person who supports abortion says, well, we need rights so that women, under circumstances can have an abortion. Well, witches don't think like that. Witches, all they care about is dead babies. They just want more dead babies. So when people talk about how voting doesn't matter, and how it doesn't matter if Trump wins or Kamala wins, that's subject to a person's own point of view. And coming from a point of view like mine, where I just had a bunch of witches conspire and try to kill me and burn my shit down and fucking putting death threats out on me and just ruin fucking my life, turn my entire, to me, Trump winning is pretty important to me, because I understand the way witches think. Witches hate Trump. Witches love dead babies. They love 9-month-old dead babies. They love murder, lying, cheating, stealing. They love all this shit. They love open borders. They love everything about all of this. Well, because also they believe that this country is a patriarchy, and men, all men are evil. This is all the way witches think, dude. So to someone like me, I'd say that the election is fairly important. That Trump won the popular vote by like 80% of the country. Yeah, that's kind of important to me, because these witches, now that they know that people aren't down for dead babies and all this other shit, well, now they're hiding like cockroaches again. Now they're scurrying back to their little caves with cauldrons and conspiring. What kind of spell are they going to cast now to get Trump out of office and shit? I'm telling you, witches hate fucking Trump. I mean, that's a good reason to like Trump and to vote, and even to vote. Whether my vote counts or not, it counts to me. Whether my vote counts, it matters to me. That's why I go vote, because I despise witches. And so, if for no other reason than just out of principle alone, I will drop my ballot and say, yeah, I'd say Trump. Yeah, I'd rather Trump, just because, and it matters to me. Even if my vote doesn't count and doesn't matter, so they're just gonna not count my vote. Well, it matters to me. It counts to me that I put that ballot in. Why? Because I don't like fucking witches, and witches hate Trump. And so think of it like a little spell. It's just a little spell. If I'm working magic, if it's magic that I'm doing, Well, then what does it matter if it's counted by these people? What if, because that's not the way magic works. If by casting a ballot is casting a spell against evil witches and shit, it doesn't matter if my ballot made its way to the whole counting process and they said, yes, here is one more vote for. That's not that's beside the whole point of the spell that I cast by dropping my ballot, my vote for Trump in the ballot box. When I'm casting that spell, it doesn't matter if the person takes it and says, yes, here's one more, or if they said, take it and said, oh, I'm throwing that in the garbage, we're not counting that one. It doesn't matter. The spell has already been cast either way. Do you understand? So, yeah, no, dude, understand this. Witches fucking hate Trump. Witches love open borders. Witches love dead babies. Witches love chaos. Witches love the absence of law. Witches love the absence of justice. Witches love the absence of, just think about that witches love the absence of justice because witches don't want to be held accountable for their actions. That's one of the main goals of being a witch is to not to escape the rule of justice, to not be held accountable. That is a major point in the whole practice of witchcraft, is to not be held, to be able to get away with killing innocents. So they don't like Trump. So you can preach till the cows come home to me of how voting doesn't matter. I know that my vote matters. If to no one else, it matters to me. And that's what's most important, isn't it?